Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley chided Trump for his meandering lack of an answer on why he deserved a second term. Yeah, because nothing scares a bully like a good chiding from somebody that can best be described by the word craggy. Speaking of liking a good chiding, Lindsey Graham said we have to get to the bottom of a report that said Trump invited Putin to the G7, knowing full well that Putin had offered a bounty to Afghan rebels for the death of American soldiers. Cheating on wives, cheating on the country. It's like Trump's one of my in-laws. And all the while this is coming out, Trump went to New Jersey against state and federal guidelines to golf. Because everybody knows when the going gets tough, the tough tee it up and have a well-grilled kosher dog at the turn. Speaking of golf, which calls for a stiff drink every time somebody is speaking of golf, like my brother, what do people betting against columnist Peggy Noonan cough under their breath when she's putting for the win? Noonan. Not only does Trump cheat on his taxes, he also doesn't know anything about them. Trump is so dumb, he thinks deductible is another term for a platypus. Know how sometimes stories happen and for whatever reason you're not up on it? They just don't resonate? It's kind of that way with me and Benghazi. With all that's going on, how is it that some people still insist Benghazi ain't going away? I mean, up until recently, I thought Benghazi was a knockoff German everything bagel. Congratulations to Ivanka and Jared for the rollout of new Charmin, now with extra Kushner. To honor singer-songwriter Carly Simon on her birthday, I decided to gavotte throughout the day in an apricot scarf. But then my knee swelled up, so clearly I lost the bet that her song was about me. On Fox News, Lindsey Graham declared, "We're politically at war with a mob targeting Confederate statues that wants to destroy America." He does know that there aren't any rainbows in the Confederate flag, right? American Airlines dropped their social guidelines for distancing on their flights despite spikes in COVID cases, saying they'd even book middle seats. And aware of today's climate of revisiting one's own branding, see Aunt Jemima, they also announced they're changing their name to 150,000 and counting less Americans Airline. Analysts project consumer response to booking middle seats to be a resounding, unmasked middle finger. An Ivanka-led White House announced President Trump signed an executive order transforming the federal hiring process by replacing degree-based hiring with skills-based hiring. Skills in this White House meaning mastery and even the slightest proclivity, and propensity for any of the 7 deadly sins. There was notably no comment from Mother Pence when Mike was named to head up the task force. Joe Biden recently implied Trump's conspiring with China caused tens of thousands of COVID deaths. Watch for Kung Flu Trump to hit back at Biden and the Democrats and accusing them of collusion. Trump recently tweeted, "Obama destroyed the lobster and fishing industry in Maine. Now it's back, bigger than everyone thought possible. So enjoy your lobstering and fishing. Make lots of money." Wow, sounds like somebody just conned restaurant investors into using his likeness and having their name changed to Orange Lobster. Excuse me. Trump's standard attack on fake news was met with an unusual reaction during his speech at a shipbuilding facility in Wisconsin. They threw cheese cubes at him with the toothpicks in them. Trump in Wisconsin makes sense. They got the only thing Trump's tolerant of, lactose. Wisconsin's a battleground state because when Trump's there, everyone's going to battle him for the cheese cubes at the complimentary catered hospitality platter. What do Wisconsin and Trump have in common? sin.